Hello there, Aquarius. I'm Michelle B. Thank you so much for being here with me today for a weekly reading just for you. We're looking at May 3rd through the 10th. However, whenever you do get this reading, if it resonates with you, that's when you were meant to hear it. Make sure you stick it out to the end of the video so that you can receive the blessing from the space of the messages that we get from this reading. Anything else in my notes? That's pretty much it. Just like, don't mind the racket outside because I live in downtown Bellingham, Washington in the Old Town Arts District. I love it here, but it can be a little bit noisy between the trains and the vehicles going by and people yelling outside, stuff like that. That's okay though. Anyway, here we go. Messages for you, Aquarius. General messages for all the Aquarius. We got the Six of Swords that's come out. And then, let's see, two more. We got the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So, like, I'm feeling this energy of the people who come with us on our challenging journeys. Okay? The people who take us, who help, the people who are there for us when we're having challenging times, the people who come along with us when things are really hard. This Six of Swords always reminds me, and I just wanted to show you these two also. The Two of Cups wanted to be presented to you in the reverse. That's the way it was. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So Ace and Two of Cups. I'm going to come back and talk about those in just a minute. But first, I want to talk about how the Six of Swords reminds me of that poem by an anonymous author called Footprints. For those of you who don't know about it, it's talking about how a person is looking back on their lives as the analogy is like they're walking along a beach, and they're having these challenging times, and Jesus Christ is walking with them, or God is walking with them while they're going through all these experiences of life. And whenever there was the most challenging times, so whenever things were going well, the person looked back and could see two footprints behind them, two sets of footprints. And whenever so the entity was like they couldn't see them, like they're walking along and there's two footprints all the time, but also only one person experiencing the walking. Okay, anyway, so when things are going well, there's two sets of footprints, and the person's like, oh, like God is with me. And when things were not going well, the person looks back and there's only one set of footprints, and he was like, oh Lord, why was there only one set of footprints whenever things were really hard? And the Lord responds, because when things were really hard is when I carried you. And so that's what this card reminds me of. It reminds me of allowing yourself to be carried, to be helped when you otherwise feel weak, because we all have our weak moments. We all have our fragile moments where we need help. And if we think that any of us think that we can always be immune to being weak, then we're mistaken, right? It is folly to believe that we can always be on top of things, that we can always be strong. Everybody needs a helping hand sometimes. So which one are you this time? Is this you? Are you the carrier? Are you the punter of the boat, helping these poor individuals to safety? Or are you the child? Are you the mother that is being helped by someone else? Whichever role that you're playing this week, or that you're considering whenever you are watching this, it's so important to know that this is something that has to happen. It's so much a part of human experience that when these archetypes were created over 100 years ago, this was a normal thing. It's still happening, right? Like these are stories that have been told over and over and over again. The tarot is representative of the hero's journey, which is a story that has a common thread throughout almost all the stories of major societies throughout human history. It's like it follows the same kind of arc. And within many of those stories are the characters, the archetypes of the person that helps and the people that need to be helped. The heroes and the fragile. Somebody's always got to play that part. And everyone has the experience of being needing to be helped sometimes. For me, when were the times that I needed to be helped? I had many times. Most of the times that I've had that I really needed to be helped were when I had children. That I needed to be the caregiver of children. So I needed to be helped by the state. I needed to be helped by agencies so that I could be a good mother to my children. When things were not going so well with, my children's parent, my children's father not being able to work or not even being present, stuff like that. Those are times that I needed help. Other times that I needed help in my childhood was when I was sick. I had to accept help, of course. And I remember a time when my mother carried me from the car into the doctor's office because I was too weak to walk as a teenager. We all have those fragile times, and if you feel safe to do so, Aquarius, you can write in the comments below about times that you've experienced that you've needed help. So please be willing to accept it. It is a natural part of life, and it makes us so grateful. It helps us to be so grateful for the gifts that we have when we are strong. It feels good to be the one that's helping, right? Sometimes we need help ourselves. Now, that's not to say something bad's going to happen to you this week. In fact, it's an incredibly good thing to happen for you. To be helped is an incredibly lucky, good thing to happen. And it's something to be very, very grateful for. Okay. So we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups that are already happening. And what we want to remember, another message for this week, is to remember that you can't share what's in your cup unless your cup is already full, and what you can share is what's overflowing out of the cup. So you see these two going back and forth, they're clicking their glasses together and they're like, hey, let's have fun. They're not going to have very much fun if only one person has a half cup and they're trying to share with somebody who has an empty cup, right? The party's going to end pretty quickly. The best possible thing is if both of you have a full cup and you're coming together. That's the best possible thing that could happen. So, who are you hanging out with that has a full cup, and who are you hanging out with that doesn't have a full cup? And are you ready to hang out with those people that have a full cup? Are you ready to hang out with those people that don't have a full cup? I feel like this is, unless we have really good boundaries, as far as energy level goes, as far as how much we have to share with somebody else, our energy, our resources, and so on and so forth. Everything finds its balanced water level, right? Because we're talking about cups, so that we're talking about water levels. So, if you have more resources, if you have more energy than the people that you're associating with, you're going to be losing. You're going to be drained off so that it can all balance out. Or, I've also heard the analogy made about where you're at a vibrational level. I've heard there's 13 levels of vibration, and I don't really know about that. I haven't had the downloads come in of describing things like that, but I've heard that there's all these levels, right? So whatever level you're at vibrationally is going to even out with the people that you're with. Do you want to hang out with people at a higher level of vibration that you can rise up with, or do you want to hang out with people at a lower level of vibration that you'll be brought down with? So it will even out. You're hanging out with somebody that's grumpy and you're in a good mood, both of your moods are going to go like this, right? Or they're just going to drag you all the way down to yours. It's just your cup's going to go, and it's going to be totally drained out. Okay? So that is something to remember when we're hanging out with people this week, okay? Do you want your your resources, your time, your energy to go like this, or your vibrational level to rise up, or do you want to lose it? How much, if you're experiencing this kind of thing, how much are you willing to lose? Right? Okay, so let's work on a blessing meditation for you, Aquarius, for this week. Breathe in into our hearts, into our abdomen, and exhale out of our tailbones. Feel ourselves get grounded down. Yeah, that feels really, really good. What are we working on? I am safe. That's one of my favorite things to focus on, is how safe I am. Okay? Thinking about that Six of Swords energy where we're so grateful to be helped by others. Helped by others to be taken to a peaceful place, where we're so grateful so grateful that we have the energy to help others when we can. So grateful for human compassion. So grateful that people are so good. Their intentions are so good. Sending it out to you. Everyone's intentions are so good. Let your heart fill with the love of knowing that people love you and want to look out for you. People love you and want to take care of you. You are so worthy of help. You are so worthy of love. And I bless you with that. Now moving on to the messages about cups, Aquarius. I bless you that your cup is always going to be full. You are safe. Your cup is full. You're always going to be feeling good. You're always attracting those to you who will not take from your cup, will only add to your cup. You are safe. What is inside of your cup is for you. You are safe, Aquarius. What is inside your cup is for you. Thank you so much for being with me, Aquarius. Very strange noise coming from, I think it's a seagull on the roof. Anyway, in the description box below this video is a link to all my stuff. And I'll have some more offerings regarding my thoughts for this week, the energetic thoughts. And with that, I'm going to let you go. And I'll see you later, and you're going to have a good week. Blessings to you, Aquarius.